The Wallet Trap. I found a mysterious hotel keycard in my wife's purse while she was in the shower. I stayed silent, but later embedded a GPS tracker in her wallet. The chaos that ensued led to a police standoff in a Vegas casino parking lot, with sirens blaring and our kids rushing to the scene. I'm so glad you're here. If you're watching this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and tell me in the comments where you're listening to my story of revenge from. I want to know how far it's traveled. I sat in the dim light of our Atlanta living room, the kind of suburban home you'd see in a real estate ad. White picket fence, two-car garage, and a backyard big enough for barbecues. But that night, the air felt thick, like the humidity before a Georgia thunderstorm. The old leather couch creaked under me as I stared at the hotel keycard in my hand. It was from the Bellagio in Las Vegas, sleek and gold embossed, with a magnetic strip that screamed luxury. Lisa, my wife of 15 years, had just come back from one of her girls' trips 2 days ago. She said it was a spa weekend in Savannah with her old sorority sisters. But Savannah doesn't have casinos, and this key card sure as hell wasn't from some coastal B&D. I didn't confront her right then. No, I slipped it back into her purse, right where I'd found it while pretending to grab her teas for a quick errand. My heart was pounding like I'd run a marathon, but I kept my face neutral when she stepped out of the shower, towel-wrapped and humming some pop song. "Hey, babe, everything okay?" she asked, her blue eyes wide and innocent. I nodded, forced a smile, and said, "Yeah, just checking if you needed anything from the store." Inside, though, a storm was brewing. We built this life together. 2 kids, a mortgage, soccer practices on weekends. I was Tom Reynolds, the reliable IT guy at a mid-sized firm downtown, fixing servers and dreaming of early retirement. Lisa was the vibrant one, a marketing consultant who traveled for work sometimes. Or so I thought. That keycard gnawed at me all night. I barely slept, replaying our last few months in my head. The late nights she'd come home smelling like expensive wine, not the cheap Chardonnay from girls' night. The way her phone buzzed at odd hours and she'd silence it with a quick glance. Receipts I'd glimpsed in the trash, couples massages at high-end spas, charges for rooms with king beds. I told myself it was paranoia. After all, we'd met in college, fallen hard during a frat party where she laughed at my terrible jokes. We got married young, had Emily at 25 and little Jake at 28. Life was good, or at least it looked that way on our Facebook posts. The next morning, over breakfast, pancakes for the kids, black coffee for me, I decided I needed proof. I couldn't just accuse her. That would blow up our family without cause. So after dropping Emily and Jake at school, I called my old buddy from college, Raj. He was a tech whiz, the kind who built drones in his garage and consulted for security firms. "Tom, man, what's up? You sound like hell," he said when he picked up. I spilled it all. The key card, the receipts, the suspicions. Raj listened without interrupting, then sighed. "All right, bro. Sounds like you need to dig deeper. Come over. I've got some gadgets that might help." His place was in the suburbs too, but cluttered with circuit boards and screens. He handed me a tiny GPS tracker, no bigger than a quarter, with a battery that lasted weeks. "Slip this into her wallet, in one of the card slots. It's undetectable unless you know what to look for. Links to an app on your phone. Real-time location, alerts if it hits certain spots." I hesitated. Was I crossing a line? Spying on my own wife? But the image of that keycard flashed in my mind, and I pocketed it. "Thanks, Raj. I owe you." Back home, she was at her desk, typing away on a client proposal. I waited until she stepped out for a jog, then carefully opened her wallet. There it was, the keycard, tucked behind her driver's license. I snapped a photo with my phone, then slid the tracker into an empty slot. My hands shook, but I did it. That night, as we watched Netflix with the kids, her phone pinged. She checked it, smiled faintly, and typed back. I pretended not to notice, but my app was already set up. If she went anywhere suspicious, I'd know. The first few days were normal. Work, school pickups, grocery runs to Publix. But then on Thursday, she announced it casually over dinner. "Hey, hun, I've got another girls' trip this weekend. Savannah again. Spa stuff with the girls. You okay holding down the fort?" My stomach twisted. "Sure, babe. Have fun." Inside, I was screaming. "Savannah? Again?" I kissed her goodbye Friday morning, helped pack her suitcase, full of cute outfits, not just yoga pants. As she drove off, I checked the app. The tracker blipped steadily toward the airport. Hartsfield-Jackson, then Vegas? The signal jumped to McCarran International. Not Savannah. Vegas. My blood ran cold. I called Raj again. "She's in Vegas, man, not Georgia. What do I do?" "Track her. See where she goes. If it's bad, you've got evidence." The app showed her heading straight to the Strip, checking into the Bellagio. Same hotel as the key card. I paced the house. Kids at a sleepover with friends. By evening, the tracker moved to a restaurant inside the casino. Romantic Italian place, according to Google. Then back to the room. I couldn't sleep, staring at the dot on my screen like it was a ticking bomb. Saturday morning, another ping. She was at a poolside cabana. I imagined her in a bikini, laughing with, "Who?" I dug deeper on my own, pulled up our credit card statements online. Charges for 2 plane tickets to Vegas, not one. A couples massage at the hotel spa. My heart sank. Who was the other person? I remembered her ex from college, Brad. Tall, charming, the football star who dumped her senior year. They'd reconnected on LinkedIn a year ago, she said casually, just networking. I searched his profile, lived in Chicago now, but his posts showed recent trips to Vegas for conferences. Coincidence? Hell no! By afternoon, the tracker moved to a high roller suite. I couldn't take it. I booked a flight to Vegas, told the kids I had a last-minute work trip, dropped them with my sister. Dad's got to fix some servers out west. I lied. On the plane, rage simmered. How long had this been going on? Under my nose. Landed at dusk, rented a car, followed the app straight to the Bellagio parking garage. The tracker pinpointed her wallet in a black SUV on level 3. I parked far away, slouched low, binoculars from Raj's kit in hand. There they were, Wisa and Brad stepping out of the elevator, arms linked. She wore a slinky red dress, him in a suit. They laughed, kissed quickly before getting into the SUV. My world shattered. 15 years, flushed away. But I didn't storm over. No, I had a plan. Raj had given me more than the tracker, a remote alert device tied to it. He said, "If these go south, hit this button. It sends a distress signal to local authorities, makes it look like a carjacking or something suspicious. Anonymous tip line." As they pulled out, I followed at a distance. They headed to a smaller casino off the Strip, one with a big parking lot. Dinner reservations, probably. I parked nearby, watched them go in. My fingers hovered over the app. This was it. Revenge time. I activated the alert. The device spoofed a 911 call. Suspicious activity in progress. Black SUV, license plate XYZ, possible armed individuals in casino lot. I added details from what I saw. 2 people acting shady, maybe drugs or theft. Anonymous. Untraceable. Minutes later, sirens wailed. Car cops screeched into the lot, lights flashing. Lisa and Brad emerged from the casino, confused, heading to the SUV. Officers surrounded them, guns drawn. "Hands up! Step away from the vehicle." I watched from afar, heart racing.
Brad yelled something about a mistake. Lisa looked terrified, her purse clutched tight. More cops arrived, a full standoff. They searched the SUV, found nothing, but the alert mentioned possible explosives, Raj's overkill touch. Bomb squad rolled in, evacuating the area. My phone blew up. Calls from Lisa. I ignored them, texted our kids, "Mom's okay, just a mix-up in Vegas." But word spread fast. Emily called, panicking, "Dad, Mom's on the news! Police in Vegas!" Local stations picked it up, a potential threat at the casino, couple detained for questioning. By midnight, Lisa was released. No charges, just a false alarm. But the damage was done. Brad's wife in Chicago saw the news, pieced it together.
Our neighbors back home gossiped. I flew back, played dumb when Lisa called sobbing, "Tom, it was awful, some prank call or something." She came home Sunday, exhausted. I confronted her then, showed the tracker data, the statements. It was Brad, wasn't it? All those girls' trips? She broke down, confessed. Started as flirting online, turned physical 6 months ago. "I was bored, Tom. Our life, it's routine." Routine? I'd given her everything. The kids heard it all, devastated. Divorce papers followed fast. But the revenge? That standoff made headlines. Vegas casino scare linked to cheating scandal. Brad lost his job. His marriage crumbled. Lisa? She moved out. Reputation tarnished. Now, I rebuild with the kids. Stronger, wiser. Revenge isn't sweet, but sometimes it's necessary. If this story hit home, like and subscribe. Where are you watching from?